big stand, and you'd have to roll them into the classroom.
Yeah.
As well as the projector. None of the rooms had a projector. But
see, projector was a little before my time. We had the TV on the big cart, and they put the strap on top of it so no kids would knock it off and you push it down the hallway. We didn't have a projector.
But the projector was the AV guy.
Yeah, okay.
See, I mean, that was his thing. It's like, that was a whole special, that was like
that was
community service or some shit. I mean, if you're the projector guy, you're the AV guy.
Yeah, you was
So
cool.
then you come in and then you get to feed the film
Yeah.
around all them little rollers and
Sprockets and
stuff.
shit, yeah.
Sprockets, that's it. Wasn't that used to be a TV show? Oh, anyway.
Well, you know,
No, that was
my hero was a guy who in Asheville. We lived in this house, 3-story house. But the street we lived on was very well cared for, the lawns and whatnot. But the street going down the hill behind us was a dirt street, and all the houses on it was on dirt. And you could crawl underneath, right? Well, my hero was this guy named Bobby, who was a grade older than us, and he had the patrol belt, and he would go down to the busy street when we were going to school, and go out and go, "All right, you colored people, let's go." That was the coolest thing to me.
Crossing
To
guard.
be identified
What?
as color?
I know. What was cool? What was Bobby? Was he black?
Yeah, everybody was black.
Why do you call y'all colored people?
Because that was the thing then.
If you either colored people, a Negro, or a nigger.
Why couldn't it just be all right, everybody? Why do you have to jump over the ocean?
No, but see, Bobby was a budding comedian, see. So, it's like, you can't just say, okay, all right, everybody, let's cross. It's much funnier to go, okay, all you colored people, let's move it, see, so
I think
And
this is a
I
good time for
never
the intro.
questioned it. That's just the way it was.
And that's it. And the thing is, unless you've been in that environment, you would say, why did he have to say colored people?
Well, no, but see, now I get it. I guess what I'm looking because you're young.
Yeah, I was in the first grade.
First grade. Okay,
grade.
now I see teenagers, adults be like, all right, niggas move.
Right.
Let's go.
Right.
Okay, I get that, but as a kid, I'd be like, where is the humor even in that? Why are you calling these other people? These is your people, nigga. So hearing it from a kid probably, for me, is a little more jarring.
And
it's generational humor.
And it's different. And it's also parallel cultural humor.
Yes.
Because it's the black culture, but there's many roads that you can take in the black culture.
Okay, you just said something that just sparked somewhere in my
Right.
mind. Now, all of us are a little bit darker.
There you go.
Who you calling dark?
You, nigga.
See?
But the question I had that sparked is like, okay, even the black community, we have certain jokes and
Right.
things that are funny to us. Now, question, break that down even more. Y'all think that the lighter skinned community got their own inside jokes that us dark folks might not even read?
Oh, hell yes.
Because the black ones got
Dude.
Well, so what I'm thinking is because, like, okay, dark and light black people, there's always been that little tension, or little whatever between.
Right.
Now, the dark folks obviously got jokes for the light folks, and the light
Right.
folks got jokes for the dark folks. My question is, do the light folks have jokes for themselves?
More than
I want to hear those ones. Like, what did y'all come up with for yourselves?
Your dad does.
I know. Are you light now, or are you dark again?
What are you talking about?
Light on. Light off. The lighter.
But wait, before we go any further, how about an intro?
Yeah.
I'm Sonny Dudley.
Well, okay.
Hey, you can't.
Oh, damn. See, I'm out of here. That's all right.
He got that was an attitude intro.
Yeah,
Okay, are you happy to be here?
Yeah. Well,
Or is there an issue?
look, don't be calling me colored. Don't be calling me Negro. Don't be calling me nigger. Don't be calling me black. You know why?
Why?
Because I'm light, baby.
Well, that's all well and good. And this
This is
is
the wrong thing you're supposed to say.
This
This
is-
I'm Kanye.
right.
Like I'm not black. I'm Kanye.
This is like
Or OJ.
this is like
yeah,
David
okay.
Dudley, and you are
Confused. What are you today? Because your answer is going to channel the conversation. So you're not black. Are you brown? Are you mocha? Are you taupe? What are you today, man?
I'm
Beige.
light skinned, baby.
beige.
You're light
Compared to who?
compared to
Compared to all y'all.
Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Right.
On
Okay.
the spectrum of the four in the room.
But now and besides confused, what are you? Who are you known as? We're doing. I'm trying to get an intro in here.
right. Thank you, Cliff.
You know.
Get this train back on the tracks. I'm lying. I'm your profession. I'm your God.
He's still confused.
I'm still confused.
Still confused.
I'm your personal street philosopher, sometimes known as Gary. Back in the day, I was a sugar bear, and that kind of was the door that opened it up to my philosophy, lifestyle. Well, not lifestyle, it's who I am. And I want to thank you for getting us started. The one, the only, Mr. C.V. Barnes.
Hello, how are you? I'm the real Cliff Barnes, and we were involved in a really interesting conversation about things being different than they are now, as far as, well, I guess communications and you know, when we were little kids, things were done so much differently, and people had more. They had things to aspire to be. Like they wanted, you know, we wanted to be the crossing guard. That's a little power, you know. You got
Yeah, buddy.
you got the strap across there and the little vest and stuff,
Yeah.
right? And you know, even though secretly you didn't want you know secretly you wanted it, but on the surface you really didn't want to be the hall monitor, but.
Yeah, the original
Deep
Stitch.
down inside,
Yeah.
you was ready to just use your power
Yeah.
and say, you know, like, okay, it's 5 minutes after class started, you don't have a hall pass. What's it worth to you?
Yeah, yeah.
So you know
Hey.
you could sell your power.
So real quick, with that analogy and thought process, do you think it's just the natural progression that the people that are in power in this country have that same attitude? It's like, I got this power and I got to make sure I use it.
You
I don't want
see?
to let it go.
Exactly.
You know?
I mean that.
You think the people running the world? You think, well, Donald Trump, I think, went to private schools, but you think the
That's-
people that
that's
are
his
running the
problem.
country, you think they was hall monitors when they was kids?
No,
These little snitches.
No, I think that was snitches. I didn't have to be a hall monitor. It was you go through the whole class of them sons of bitches. But no, that's the thing, you know. It starts as you're younger, you know, and then it gets the things that you're negotiating for are worth more and more and more, you know. And then next thing you know, you're a politician. The big problem with that guy in the White House, that maniac, he was never a real person, a regular person,
No.
right? I mean, that's my you know secret identity. I'm regular man, and he never was even close to being regular, like we are.
No, in fact, he was the guy, he was born on third base, but he would sue you if you didn't say he hit a triple. The things that he has no empathy for those down there. In fact, I bet if you take a lot of people from the red states that still believe in him, their feelings would be really hurt if they found out he doesn't really like you. You would not be welcome in one of his hotels. And
Hey.
you damn sure would never go be able to get your monkey ass out there on his golf course, but you
Go.
still love him.
Can't
I'm
go to
trying
the
to
White
figure out
House.
why. I don't get it.
Can't even get a tour of the White House.
Yeah.
So you know. But anyway, that was also, you know, one of the things we were talking about. But we need to go back a little bit.
Rewind the tape. Yeah.
We need to go back just a tad and decide whether or not you're going to be light or dark today. And
I'm the same every day.
and if so, what might that be?
Okay, wait. I got another question. I'm thinking, speaking of light or dark. Okay. Now, let's take this situation that we're in. There's 4 of us in here, and of the 4 of us, you are the lighter one. Now, when you're in a room with 3 other black people, and someone else is the lighter one, do you start getting off light-skinned jokes? Like, and I guess I don't mean you in particular. What do y'all think? Do you think with that scenario, if you're usually the darker one in the group, and all of a sudden you're not, do you jump on the other side with the jokes, or do you defend, or do you just not say?
Well,
nothing?
I'm in awe because I tell you, for example, when I'm in a room with my grandkids or their mother, your sister, I tend to look around and go, damn it, how did I do that? Because from a distance, when you're walking up to them, you can't tell they black.
So,
See, I think that's a you thing, because I don't have that problem. Like,
so,
they look
you know,
black to me.
right?
Well, but if you're being real and you're just walking up and you don't know who they are from a distance.
Yeah, but nowadays, especially, you have so many young people that are of mixed heritage. So, you know, they're really, really fair-skinned, but they may have what is known as black features, I guess.
Yeah.
Different hair, whatever.
Features are a part of it.
So, you know, but
I don't get what you're saying, Pop, because they darker than Megan.
Yeah.
So, and you know why that is? Because she spends more time outside than they do.
No, they're darker.
wait, they're darker than
They're
her.
darker than her.
So they must be.
So I say all that to say, like, I don't see what you see when I look at the kids. But because I can completely tell they're black. I know there's certain features that they want, but you're not gonna you can't lie to me. I see you. So,
there you go.
But that's I mean, you know, to each their own. Everybody sees something different. That's why we all got different eyes.
That's true.
You folks at home, I'm doing something which is a no-no.
What are you?
I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show him something. So I'll just let you see it. I don't know if you can see it closely.
Okay.
There's a dark-skinned lady in there. Do you see the kid? I don't have time.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
But you can see.
Did you bring this not to share? Anyway, what? Okay. Yeah.
Okay, that's her son.
That's her son. Right.
And you would never know that if I didn't tell you that. So,
You might have thought that she was his nanny.
yeah.
Oh, please. My mom has absolutely been stopped in the park by some white lady not minding her business asking if my brother was my mom's son. Because he's Japanese.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You stole that baby. Whoa! I don't know what I do. I'm going to have mixed kids. And let them be all light skinned and looking like Drake. And let somebody, like, oh, is this your child? I'll punch you in your jugular, man. You out your mind.
Like Eddie Murphy said, take out all your fronts.
See how you go back.
All your friends.
So, anyway, interesting conversation coming off a day where it was only over 90 degrees in my backyard. So,
That's true.
yeah, is this a cool down conversation or is it, how is it that you volunteered that you're not black and you didn't do the air quotes? How come you didn't do the air quotes?
Oh, yeah, air quotes are always effective.
Yeah,
The what?
exactly.
Yeah. What he said.
Because I'm not getting on a plane going anywhere. And we're just here in the house.
So,
Yeah, but you don't have to be in the air to have air quotes.
Air what?
Air quotes.
air,
What the hell are airports?
I'm trying to show you.
I thought you said airports.
Huh?
Exactly.
Is that what you heard?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Oh, man. Anyway, I do have this app.
Stop playing with your phone. Let's see. What is that?
It's
it-
measuring your darkness.
That's what I was wondering if that was a hue meter.
Well,
Okay, my app doesn't say you're light-skinned. Sorry. Should I get another app?
so I think your app probably says anybody that's darker than pastel is not white.
Pastel.
Uh,
Well, no, it wasn't. It wasn't that you was. It didn't say that you weren't white. That wasn't what it was looking for. It was just saying you were not light skinned
Yeah.
same
in
difference.
the spectrum.
Same difference.
No, I know a lot of light skinned people that ain't white.
No?
So do I.
Well, there you go. And some white people are whiter than
See,
others.
it doesn't identify you because you're too light.
What?
Where?
Exactly.
No, you're just doing my bit, man.
How did
this
how
happen?
did how did you get us suddenly on the other side of the question? You are so good. He's so good at that
Yeah,
shit.
he's good.
It's
He's good.
amazing. It's amazing.
So,
I don't know.
all right, you've opened up this door. I'm going to go through it. Is your intent today because you think the air conditioning's up too high for your light-skinned ass, that you want to make us darker-skinned people feel bad by showing us you're better than us because you got to walk in the front door at Master's house and we had to go in the back door of Master's house?
If we got to go in that all.
If we got to go at all?
You know what? Whatever issues y'all have with Master, y'all just,
You didn't have them. oh, this is good.
Okay.
I did
Okay.
not see this conversation coming. Oh, man. Ooh, you're good.
It's interesting how that.
So,
It's kind of 180 on our ass. You know, we was.
okay, so here's a point of reference. Spike Lee's movie, my memory's shot. I can't think of the title of it. Anyway, it was a school. Was it school
School
day?
days.
He, in
Yeah.
order to get more of a dramatic effect of the difference between the way light-skinned people look down on dark-skinned people, he had the light-skinned actors and actresses stay in a very nice hotel. He had the dark-skinned actors stay in a hotel above, I guess,
Not as nice.
not as nice. And he did that because he wanted to build the tension in the movie between light skin and dark skin. Are you trying to build the tension? Are you doing this for ratings, or do you really think you're light skinned?
okay. let me lay this out for you.
Okay. Clear the table so you lay this out. Okay.
My grandfather.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know this for sure,
Yeah.
but to my young eyes, he appeared to be orange, had an orange tint to his skin, to my eyes.
So, like he was a redheaded person.
Yeah,
sometimes referred to as a
except
ginger.
no.
That was
he
just
had
you.
orange.
Oh, that was just your
Orange.
eyes. Okay.
I have seen orange people before.
Okay, now He had 7 children. Of those 7 children,
Yeah.
one was my dad.
Yeah.
Of those seven children, 2 were very, very fair skinned. They all look alike now, but these 2, a boy and a girl, were fair skinned. They treated those fair skinned children and their offspring, which were their grandchildren, kind of like in a tier system. Those that were light got treated better. They got away with shit, all kind of weird stuff. Those that were darker weren't treated bad, but they weren't treated as well as the light skinned ones.
By their parents?
By the parents and the grandparents.
Okay.
Well, that's
Well,
kind
that
of.
sounds like an internal family thing. That don't sound like the world putting something on that. That sounds
That's
like
a
the
black
family.
thing because
No, but we were.
that's how they dealt with shit. And that's how it was because those that were lighter going back. Now my grandmother was in the master's house because her mama was like, so that whole thing with blacks,
Yeah.
at least in this particular North Carolina environment, that's how that was.
Well,
It-
that's for real.
That's
That's
but
for
that's
real.
true. That's in a lot of communities in the Deep South and the Southeast. There's 2 black societies. There's
Yeah.
a light-skinned black society and there's a dark-skinned black society. And they are separate. They have separate balls. They have separate society. You know, their
There's
little
separate
Well,
stuff.
so
everything was separate.
And so the
But they still were treated as white people, except a few that could, what they used to say, pass.
Yeah.
all right, but
But-
forget the back in the day stuff. See, talking in today's terms and how we actually got to this conversation of you saying I'm light skinned, I'm not dark. See, the problem comes in with the story you told and your stance as it is are you saying it's just better to be light skinned?
No, I'm being.
Well, I mean, that's gotta be like, I'm not dark skinned, I'm light skinned. And
I'm-
light skinned people were treated better. Well, okay,
right,
now you
and I'm being sarcastic.
see, you have to point that out to these niggas.
They don't.
We know you. We know him. We know we just see, but I want it to be clear for them
Yeah.
that you're being sarcastic because they can take that clip of saying, dark people, I'm light, and turn you into something you're not.
Oh, yeah.
Again, for the years
Right.
we've been doing this podcast, I be trying to protect you. I want them to know that's
Yes.
an act.
And what I was saying is it's still that way today.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, it started back in the day, and it started back in the day before my day started. I mean, you know, by the time we were born in the middle of the 20th century, it was that way. And now we have been here damn near 3/4 of a century, and it's still that way. So that's all I'm saying. Now, it's not. It may not be as prevalent as it was, but it's still there. Deep divisions like that don't go away.
No, that actually is part of racism,
Certainly.
and racism isn't something you can. Racism is deep in the ground. You can't see it, and it causes a lot of internal stuff that mixes up and comes up on top of the ground and causes all kind of crap.
But there's a lot of isms that
But
that
you can see
divide.
racism. You can see it.
Yeah,
You
but
can
it's-
see
I mean, it's
racism.
like- yeah, you can see it.
Racism is an institution.
Yes, it is, and it's been used for centuries. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. This is how they think. So it's not broke for them.
I say racism, my opinion, racism is the equivalent of fear. What happens is
I don't know.
people say, "Well, I don't like black people." Well, why? And they may give whatever their, they sag their pants or whatever reasons like that. But the fact is, when a black person comes into your vicinity, you clutch your pearls, you clutch your purse, you get scared. Well, what are they going to do to me? That's fear. You're able to cover that fear, because nobody ever really wants to say they're scared of anything, but you're able to cover that fear by saying, well, that type of person does things that I don't agree with. I don't like them. When it's nothing more than you're just scared because you don't know anything about them, which is why I think it lends credence to the saying that black people can't be racist. Now, I'm not saying I fully believe black people can't be racist, but about racism is I gotta not like you just for the way you look. That has never been our plight.
No.
And I'm not scared. And the reason we are scared of you is because you hold the power. So racism, I think it really just amounts to I'm scared of that.
It's differences.
Well,
They're scared because so many things have happened throughout history that were based on color or language or religion or something, but they always found a difference that in their mind was so severe that they had to wipe it out.
well, okay, we can take a step back because the floodgates just opened a little bit for me. We speak of racism in this country. Okay, I'm not speaking of other countries. We have to add, you have the power to control somebody else's economy, hiring and firing. That's a part of racism. Now, when I hear blacks are racist too, nay, not in this country, but what you may see is some backlash from people of color when they get the opportunity. That's not racism, because when you say that, you're trying to justify or ignore your part of history. And why, not all white people, but a lot of white people are scared. This President Despicable, has, and his crew, induced fear into you to make you be fearful of things you don't understand or want to try to understand. So when you say you're afraid, you're coming from the mindset, not all of you, you're coming from the mindset, we have F with these people, we have run over them, we tried to eliminate them for all these years. When are they going to try to get us back? We're not violent people. This is why,
Most of us.
this is why you get away with so much, because we're not violent. If we were violent, this is only my opinion, I believe there'd be a lot less nigger calling and a lot more people would be shot. But because we're not violent, this is what's happening today. But
Well, we have to be able to control your violence.
yeah, manage your
I mean-
blackness. in this
I mean,
country.
some people are just going to be violent regardless.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like and they take it out on one particular group. It's like I hate these guys or I hate those guys, and so that violence towards those people is more extreme.
Yeah.
A lot of people have issues where they can't control their violence, or they can't control. It's like there's people say there's buttons that you can push on people, and some people's buttons are hair triggers. I mean, the slightest little thing, and they're off, and they want to go beyond. They want to destroy something or someone.
Yeah, and they're fucked up in the head.
That's what I'm
really
saying.
has
There's a
nothing
lot
to
of
do
mental
with
issues,
Yeah.
and some of that is caused by the society itself, and some of it is, inherent in the person. I mean, some people can control their violence, like some people can't. So that like that the TV commercial where these kids are talking about I did it. I'm I'm doing it because I love you. I love you. I should destroy your phone and that shit. It's a commercial with other different kids. It's like, oh, I don't care if it is your lab partner. I mean, just serious jealousy and serious. The last thing they said is, because I love you, I should destroy your phone. You know, that's showing a very, very strange, violent.
Yeah.
You know, you've taken jealousy beyond, and you're threatening to do violent shit. And there's a lot of people that are in this society or in the world in general who can't control that. You know, it's like you can get angry as fuck, but if you can control it, then you know you might get your anger out in some other, instead of going around like, well, remember in school and fools with punch lockers and fuck up their football careers and shit like that. Yeah, that kind of shit.
When you're under the umbrella of fear right now, and fear does work.
Fucking A.
Fear does work, and when you're on the umbrella of fear and you don't know why, that's not on us. That's you. So here's something easy to do going into the future. If you love your kids and your grandkids, try to be fair. When you see something that's wrong, if it's not happening to you, do something, say something. This whole thing happening now, which is straight up racism, trying to eliminate accomplishments of people of color from history. Well, our history's been erasing our history forever.
No
So
doubt.
if you want to have a more
and
peaceful
stealing
world,
the rest of it.
you've got to step up and say, okay, we've got to bring back everybody's history. Everybody made this country what it is today. We got to bring it back. But you just can't stand on the sideline and say, well, it wasn't me. I wasn't born in, or I don't think that way. That's not enough. That's not action. That's just an excuse, in my humble opinion.
This is true. I mean, what happened happened. You can't change it by. You would have to get rid of all the people who knew about it.
Mm-hmm. Which they're
Okay,
trying to
so
do.
you're eliminating a whole group of people, and then how come those people couldn't have told two people, and they told two people, and they told two people, like that old commercial, and the story got around. So now American history is world history, and world history is American history, because the things that happen, the rest of the world are aware, especially now in this age of instant communication.
Yeah.
So the history that is happening now is being recorded in more detail than just sitting around the campfire bullshitting.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then you know it's like you know, with all this AI and all this other shit, then they can distort the history that's happening right now. But then that becomes, in the future, a historic fact. Oh, people attacked this to make this happen. So, you know, you can't, just because you can't erase the whole memory
But
of what happened.
they've been trying to do it.
Well, I have a suggestion for those that want to learn more about history and about what's happening today. I have two movies for y'all to go check out. They're both, I believe, on Prime. One is called Hitler's Bodyguard. If you check out Hitler's Bodyguard, you're gonna notice something very, very familiar. There is someone in the world today, a world leader, that seems to be following the same footsteps and doing the same things as Hitler did before WW2. The other movie is called Tulsa Burning.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tulsa Burning. and that will enlighten you as to what actually happened and what led to this great big, they call it a riot in Tulsa back in the 1920s, almost 100 years ago.
Why don't you give us some background information on the Tulsa incident?
Tulsa really, a group of folks of color started, got land stakes, started their own businesses in Oklahoma, and they started to build little towns and whatnot. And this was right around the time that Jim Crow was peaking. And Jim Crow was a backlash against slavery. So these folks, these Caucasian folks, basically went and
My bad.
they burnt down a section of downtown Tulsa, which was all black. Not only did they burn downtown, they burned churches. They killed over 300 people. White folks got deputized, all whites, and so it was a whole thing. It was a whole vibe.
Concentrated effort.
So it's not really anything I could accurately give credit to, especially to the horror of it. But I would just say, if you have Prime Network, go check that movie out. And if not, get as many books as you can about it, because there were survivors that actually wrote about what happened.
Yeah, and I mean that's that. It's just the idea of doing that to anyone. You know, you let alone whites doing it to blacks. But what I'm saying is, for you to be so jealous and evil and distorted that you feel you will have to destroy that whole thing in order to what? Make yourself feel better, get rid of the people doing better than you. What was the whole purpose? And that was just because those people were black. That's all it was at that time, you know what I mean? And I have to do more research and find out how much punishment was laid out for that.
None.
I don't believe that I had ever heard of any case
No. Because they were the law.
Right.
They were the law.
Everybody was deputized,
Even the military was a part of the song.
you know.
Well, they were. The military was part of it, but the military didn't do anything literally.
They allowed a lot of things
Yeah.
to go on.
Yeah.
So, basically that's a participation in it, in that you see that it's going on, and even your personal ethics won't even allow you to A, speak up, and B, do something. So you're just as guilty as the people that you're allowing to do it.
So, Cliff, you brought up something earlier about the psyche and the evilness of some people. Could what happened in Tulsa and Black Wall Street, and what continues to happen when we don't want you people around us, so you go over there and be successful. Well, we don't like that either. So we're going to go over there and fuck with that. So, how much of this may be related to going back to blacks were never really 100% humans. We were never considered
Sure.
like
Well,
100% humans.
If you look at the documents by which we are all supposed to be ruled by, the Constitution, Declaration of Independence and stuff, people don't realize a lot of the judicial procedures were here and in place when the Pilgrims, or whoever the hell they were, landed. The colonizers came up, you know, it's like all of the laws, they didn't have, how could they come up with the concepts that are now in part of our judicial system when they came from a monarchy?
Yeah.
There was never any democracy. The people they didn't give a shit what the people said. So how all of a sudden, you know, these, you know, stuff like a jury by your peers, all that was in place. The native people, that they got all that and modified it to fit them. And then, you know, when they say life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness, that was about white Anglo-Saxon Protestant men. That people part didn't even include women. A lot of women didn't, you know, white women was not aware of that.
Yeah.
But that was just for the men. And so then when slavery started and they started oppressing black people, we got slaves. They're running away. Are they? Well,
Yeah.
who do they send after them? The law.
Yeah.
And to this day, black people still have problems with the law. You know, they would deputize people, call them slave catchers, and they deputize them, and they go out and they bring back slaves who had escaped.
They would even bring back free black.
Basically, they did the same thing that's going on now with the immigration situation. They just was picking people up. They mistakenly deported people to countries that not even speaking the same language, right?
Yeah.
It's still happening now. ICE is, in my opinion, equivalent to the slave catchers, because they have made so many mistake after mistake. Let's bring this person back. We sent this person to the wrong country. You know, that shit's still happening. I mean, if you know, mistakes after mistakes, and you keep on repeating them, and
But are they mistakes? I think it's to me, when I hear a mistake, I hear intent. I could be wrong. But
yeah.
But when President Despicable on day one said we're only going to go after the criminals, blah blah blah, then when he started the roundup and they found out, oh shit, there's not as many criminals or undesirables as we thought. We're not meeting our quota. We're not meeting our quota. Just start bringing everybody in to make our quota, and we don't care. Go ahead.
And then they say it's a mistake, and it's like, no, you just. It's like what the cops used to call a dragnet, right?
Yeah.
What they would do is they would just go out, and all the people that the cops recognized, and because you know it was hanging out on the street, and they would just bring everybody in there, and basically just sort it out once they got them there.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what's happening
That's what
now.
they're doing.
You know, and the thing is, they're just picking up everybody. Oh, you look Hispanic. Oh, you look like you shouldn't be here. Oh, you look suspicious in my eyes because I'm in plain clothes and I'm wearing a mask.
So,
So, I mean,
okay, so this whole thing about giving immigrants should go back. Should all immigrants go back to where they came from? And what would that look like? Native Americans and Hispanics, Mexican Hispanics. So which immigrants should go back?
Everybody, if
anybody in the country is an immigrant.
and
Okay.
if they are
That's what I'm
truly sending the immigrants back, then there should be some kind of system where they run the immigrants through to make sure they're legal, and that includes the white immigrants and the black immigrants, because now the way it looks is the only immigrants that seem to matter are the brown ones.
Yeah, but the black immigrants that was not really immigration. Our ancestors, that was.
I'm not talking about.
You know.
I'm not talking about our ancestors.
That's,
I'm talking about.
they
You're
was here.
talking about now, correct?
But we were all born
Well, I'm
here.
just throwing it out there. Let's go with now. Who should?
Right. Not because now it looks like the only immigrants that matter are the brown ones. That's
Hispanic
what
one.
it looks like. But we got black immigrants, we got white immigrants.
Oh, we got tons. We do have immigrants today. Yes.
But where do you want to start on the Sinbad list? Today, 2001, 1979. How far back do we want to go back on the
1619.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I guess
That's
I should make myself clear.
Maybe you-
Why should we start any fucking where?
It's already started.
No. That's my question. Why should we?
Okay, I'm sorry. What was your question again?
Why should we start anywhere?
Start doing what?
Sending motherfuckers back.
Motherfuckers back.
Why should we?
Correct.
Okay. Who has the right to be here, and who doesn't have the right to be here?
Yeah, but
Who says?
but the thing
Who,
is,
who makes that determination?
who approves the criminals? These criminals can stay. These motherfuckers got to go. I mean,
That's
how
a
do you
criminal,
become
he gotta go.
how do you become an approved criminal? Because there's a lot of motherfucking talking about Hispanic gangs and this and that. And there's a lot of legitimate business crooks and
What
whatever.
about the Japanese gangs?
How come
What
they're-
about the Russian gangs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or the Chinese gang,
Well, I'm
the
not
Tong,
talking about
the
gangs.
alleged
Well,
Tongs.
I
we're
was
talking-
talking about immigrants.
No, I was talking about criminals.
All right, so I think the three of you were talking about three different things.
I was talking about criminals.
And
Sorry.
to reel it in, it seems like the original question was, okay, on the sending immigrants back to where they came from,
Where should we
where
start?
should we start?
Yeah.
You rebuttal with, why should anybody be sent anywhere? Who makes the determination of whether you're allowed to be
Here.
here? Like, who owns this country? You,
Right.
Like, if I can't buy property and be on it without the government coming and fucking asking me for more money after I done paid for it,
Yeah.
then nobody owns this country. So, who makes that determination? Which I think is a valid question.
Follow the money. That's
Yeah.
who runs it. That's who always runs it. Whoever has the most money can buy the biggest weapons.
Hey, I tell you what. Trump threatened to deport Elon.
Yeah, but then when he was going through the
I'm like-
deportation list and he saw Elon Musk, nah, you're too late.
Shit. But they gonna turn around and bring back they only publicize a few,
Yeah.
but they gonna bring a bunch of white South Africans in, just brought them in, because the black people are threatened. They're threatened by the black people of South Africa after hundreds of years of apartheid and shit. It's like, you should be scared, but by the same token, you should also be able to live your lives as opposed to, being threatened and what have you, because a lot of that went on. And, I don't know. I'm just not a bloodshed person.
So,
I mean, y'all have figured out a way to make the transition to where the black people, who are the majority, actually are in power. But I don't think that there should be black people that are just going out, intimidating what's left of the white folks who once had their ass innocent in slavery.
I'm not there. I was like,
So, I'm like, I it's like, hey, but by the same token, back to the original point, he did bring in a goo gab of white folks where he tried to throw all the brown folks out, So, yeah.
yeah.
It's Make America White Again.
And that's for real. That ain't throwing shade or nothing.
Hey.
Make America White Again is what he's saying. Go look at the 2026 doctrine.
Oh, God.
You will see everything he's doing now is in the doctrine. Nobody should be surprised. It's right there. You can read it. It's easy to find. And if you feel bad, I'm sorry. We feel bad too. We're not trying to make you feel bad. We're just trying to point out the hypocrisies of.
Well, let's get for real. This isn't an original idea. This isn't even his original platform.
Mm-mm.
This platform goes back to at least Ronald Reagan.
Oh, I thought you was going to say Caligula.
Yeah.
No, this Make America Great, Make America White Again
Yeah.
was Ronald Reagan.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, but let's stay in the contemporary right now. Yes, it was Ronald Reagan's, but it's
I'm just trying to point out something that I've been trying to say this whole time,
Not a
and
new-
you've missed it.
It's not a new idea.
okay. It's
History repeats itself.
but does it have to?
Yes.
Well, it does.
Yes, it does have to.
Why does it have to?
Because we're humans.
Okay, that really makes me feel less and less about being a human.
Right, but you have to remember this. What do humans learn from? We learn from example. So it's like, okay, they tried this, okay, and it worked up until that time. But if we don't do this when we do it, we can go ahead and win the war. So the thing is, history is always going to be cyclical because we learn from example. We supposedly lead by example in a lot of cases. But that's because we're humans. So that's the way we learn. It's like, okay, now another thing, you also have to be smart enough to go, well, they fucked that up. And then they got fucked up. So maybe we shouldn't do that. But no, there's always one person that comes up and goes, yeah, if we do it this way, ooh, prime example, Hitler's dumbass.
So
who
what you're
was
saying?
not really dumb.
Well, no, he was evil.
He was evil and smarter
Right.
than evil.
And this guy who loves dictators is
Sure.
probably more evil. I
He's
haven't seen
doing
it for
the
myself, but
same thing as Hitler. The exact same thing.
It goes.
okay,
I
but
mean,
that was one of his heroes.
Huh?
Don't we emulate our hero? Or did I say that right? Emulate
Emulate.
emulate our heroes.
Our heroes, I suppose. Well, he even got his favorite dictator is Putin, and he's so pissed that Putin is doing the things that's fucking up. See, he can't be as close to Putin as he wants to be as long as Putin keeps fucking up like that. And it's like if Putin gets a good mark, then he gonna be back, riding horses with his shirt off and all the other stupid shit. But right now at this point, Putin is not setting a good example.
Hey,
we're talking about humans and examples.
Putin is KGB to the max. He ain't scared of nothing. He
Probably.
ain't scared of him. He ain't scared of you. He ain't
He's
scared of
also
me.
probably one of not the richest person on the planet, single person.
Yeah.
Not talking about families and countries, but that motherfucker was in control of all the Russian oligarchs and all the motherfuckers had them big old yachts, and they.
Yep.
All he got to do is, in order for you guys to do this, what's your work to you? So he done took all that money. He probably got Swiss accounts. He probably got Cayman Island accounts. He probably got shit buried in a cave somewhere. He probably got some shit out in the backyard. That motherfucker got money and the power to not be voted out of office. So.
Yeah.
So guess who's trying to be that? That's the example that he has. David already said he's right there with Reagan shit, and that's exactly true. There's a lot of parallels in that, but Reagan was the great communicator, and I said, oh well, fuck yeah, he's an actor. I guess he's the great communicator.
Well,
But this,
and Trump is a great communicator.
oh yeah, this guy. But this he's the greatest showman since P.T. Barnum. I swear to God, this boy, he is amazing in what he's doing.
okay,
And there's so many of those humans who have bought his bullshit and put him in the position he's in again. Now the weird part about it is these motherfuckers had 4 years of his ass before. So that tells us that, oh, motherfucking Biden just was, yeah, you know what I mean?
well, what
If-
that tells me,
But that's what I'm saying. Biden did such a bad job in people's minds that when he came back and said, well, you know, I could be at one of my properties and just, out on the beach or out on the golf course having a good time.
But I came to save
But
you.
I came to save y'all's ass.
okay, so
Shit.
you got it right. Biden didn't do a good job of promoting what he did right.
No, Biden was basically, the deal is the people that was trying to prop him up, the puppet masters.
Yeah.
They did a terrible job, and then they waited too long to take his sorry ass out there, and they just shoved Kamala in. And the thing is, for the amount of time that she was doing it, she done quite well getting votes. However, Butthead had been running for 5 years.
So, why are the Democrats always 2 steps behind the Republicans?
They're not.
Always.
They're not.
Well, it's the same money trough.
Not really.
No, they're not.
Really, because as long as the Bushes are on the other side, it's not the same money trough.
No, but you have to remember this. It's the ones who are paying the most money and controlling the media. That's how do we get our information? Off of this fucking phone, off of TV. That's the media. And who controls them gets the best fucking review. It's like, oh, well,
Okay.
this week the Democrats are paying us more money. Well, fuck it. I guess we'll just say, oh, this is what the Democrats are doing and the Republicans are fucking up. Then the Republicans, the next time, they're paying them. So it depends. That's why Fox News versus CNN versus CNBC. And Butthead comes on and talk about, well, it's fake news. I'm going, motherfucker, it's all fake news, and you're the fakest of all of it.
So why is it that the Republican Party can get people to buy into their bullshit, but the Democratic Party won't even try to use the same strategy to get the buy-in?
Because the thing is, the strategies are different because of the image they want to portray at the time.
Okay, I'm glad you brought that up. The Democrats want to be like, oh, we're the nice party, whatever. The Republicans never sleep. At 2 a.m. in the morning, they're writing new legislation or whatever to fuck us up. Why don't the Democrats fight like that?
Don't you remember the midnight tweeter in his last administration? They fucking shut down his account. Despicable, your boy.
Okay, he's got his own network now. He hasn't slowed down a
But what
little
I'm
bit.
saying is, to your point, he's in the middle of the night. Everybody else was asleep. He's tweeting and shit at 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 in the morning. I didn't hear about the Democrats being up. Them motherfuckers at home sleeping, having billionaire dreams.
All right, you guys are at about an hour.
So, anyway, but
an hour?
Yeah.
That's all we got.
I mean, you can go. That's just your
No,
normal show
we're not
running
an
now.
hour.
Dictator.
we
Yeah.
We've got 2, 3, or 4 shows. Is what he's saying.
Oh, okay.
I've been called a dick and a tater tot, so I get it.
So, all right. So, how do we want to wrap this up?
Oh, basically the deal is we want to say to people, God damn it, learn to think for yourselves. Don't be lemmings. Don't be motherfucking following the herd. Stop and think about what you're doing when you're in that voting fucking mode. Think about it. And then you won't be saying things to yourselves like, damn, this ain't what I voted for.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm the real Cliff Barnes, and I say, like I always say, if you like us, keep watching. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell everybody you run into on the street. Subscribe, do everything you possibly can to promote us. But if you didn't like it, keep it to yourself.
This didn't happen.
Pretend it's a sunny day when it's a monsoon. God damn it. So goodbye from me, and I will let my associates say their goodbyes and final thoughts.
It's the ballot or the bullet. It's the ballot or the bullet. That's from Malcolm X. And I agree with that because it's already been proven. It's either the ballot or the bullet. The ballot or the bullet.
Okay.
Hey, that was Malcolm. By any means
That's Malcolm.
necessary.
Also, like what Sonny said, you get a chance, just look up Tulsa, the incident in Tulsa, and the
For
Black
sure.
Wall Street. Okay, just look at it. You don't have to agree whatever, but just, it did happen. Just look at it. So I'm going to, God, I had something important to say, but I guess I'll do that tomorrow. Everybody, be well, stay safe, stay hydrated.
Oh, sure. And you
Peace.
don't smoke pot. Oh, anyway.